So, back again, and this time it is Archmage, and I'm pairing it up with the standard Arc. This was requested by one or maybe two people that they wanted me to try it out and see how the leveling process is for it. It's quite interesting because you're scaling your damage in a different way. You're then also creating a bit of problem in that the mana cost of the skill goes up quite a bit, and then again you want to do Mind Over Matter to get the defenses. So you're scaling damage and defense and also being able to cast the skill from mana, which is a bit different. So I thought that would be quite interesting. As I haven't played this style before, do leave any comments for anybody who finds this interesting, so you can help them in their leveling process or any other thing. If you have any other suggestions or anything, please leave that below as well in the comments. So the intro got quite long and we're already in Act 2. I'm running just an Arc setup together with an Orb of Storms. Also a Wave of Conviction to get some extra single target damage. And so far it's going okay. It feels a bit sluggish, you know, staying and casting Arc all the time. And when the cast speed isn't great, you also, if you miss a mob in the pack, then you need to cast again, and it goes a bit slow, but it's working fine so far. The damage is okay. So first lab is done. I went for Conviction of Power, so I'm going crit straight away, and I think it was a good choice so far. The damage feels, single target feels okay. It's not amazing, but it's not bad, really not bad. And I already feel that I will need to scale a bit more cast speed, which the tree I have planned out I'm already reconsidering, as I will need a cast speed to make this feel a bit smoother, I think. But we'll keep going along and we'll see where we end up. So, Act 4 already. I've changed the Orb of Storms to Stormbrand to proc the shocks with. I've also removed the Wave of Conviction and put in a Lightning Golem with Elemental Army for the exposure, because there was already many buttons to press, so I thought that would be more easy to have that set up. Otherwise, nothing special. Single target is going really good. Clear feels even more awkward now that I put in a spell echo, so I'm doing switching at the moment. I just faster casting for when going through the zones. Also, I didn't have the sockets correct yet, so I haven't put in an Eternal Blessing with Wrath, So I'm still having clarity on me, which I think is good because I'm starting to feel that the mana is becoming an issue. You can see it chunking down with each cast, and it will get worse. Yeah, so here you can see a little bit of the clear. As long as the full pack dies, it feels okay. But it's yeah, you can see on that rare it doesn't die in one hit, and then you need to cast a little bit all over the place. But it's okay. Also, I'm now added in the Wrath, and I can feel that the mana issue is starting to creep along a little bit. But you will need to use your mana flask, so if that's an issue for you, then maybe you want to wait a bit to swap over to Archmage. Yeah, I'm not really doing any changes in the setup from this point on, and yeah, it's going quite okay. It's not the fastest during the zones, but it's decent. Maybe I should have put a shield on instead and shield charges around, but yeah, it's okay. Single target though is pretty fine when you get to stand still and just cast. with some wand upgrades, with some more cast speed, it's feeling better and better. So I think that's something you really need to focus on. But you can also see with the cast speed comes some mana issues. You can see it really goes down, and I'm not sustaining it at the moment. Yeah, no changes here. Yeah, here you can see some clear, and sometimes it feels very good and all the packs just die and everything just feels smooth. And sometimes you leave a little bit of a straggler, and then you need to cast a few times, and it's not the speediest build, let's say like that. So, last lab done now as well during leveling, and now we have a little bit of damage taken from mana, and yeah, we're getting in some situations where we're going out of mana, but it's okay, and you can see that, yeah, the mana goes down, at least when you're proccing the Arcane Cloak as well. It really sucks a big chunk of mana. What did I think about leveling this? It feels a bit sluggish, it feels a bit slow, especially in the beginning, and the longer it goes, the better it feels. So I think this is something you need to stick with, and for if you can't really sustain the mana and that's a problem for you and you don't really like that, you can do a much later swap to Archmage. You don't gain too much in the beginning, but it's still quite fun to try something different. And since we're scaling everything of mana, I came across some issues with my defenses. I can't stack auras either, so we're only having one aura, and I wanted that to be an offensive one. And yeah, I haven't taken Mind Over Matter yet because I couldn't really even sustain just casting Arc, so I can't really sustain taking too much of my damage as mana because then I would just be standing there. And yeah, this is something you might want to switch, want to play a bit more normal when you're leveling it in a league start, and then switch when you get some gear that is proper mana gear, because then I think it could feel really good. That's a choice you have to make for yourself. I think it works, as you can see. It took me through the acts pretty comfortably. Yeah, I think that will be about it. I will leave you with some mapping, and if you have any questions or anything else, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, thank you very much, and bye bye.